I would not be surprised if many people actually... Ladies and gents, today we're comparing this 2015 Cayman GTS, that's the 981 generation, to the 981 GT4. And we're gonna ask, is the premium of getting the GT4 over the GTS really worth it? Don't worry, we are reviewing that 991 GT3 in a separate video linked below. Two main options you need to know about this car. Ooh, that sounds nice. Two main options would be number one, X73 sport suspension, and number two, an LSD. That's right, LSD is optional even on the GTS trim in this generation, which I always thought was a little bit silly. That's actually Fenton's son from the Zygreen YouTube channel. Big thanks to him for making this review possible. Go show him some love, follow him if you haven't already. Let's turn this radio off. We're gonna have Porsche Sport Exhaust enabled, and with that, we're off. Now we're powered by a flat 6, pushing out 335 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, which doesn't sound like a large amount, but when you remember this car weighs only 2,965 pounds, you begin to understand that this car is not about straight line speed. Now, first impressions, with this generation of Porsche Cayman, you know, the 981, and similar with when it comes to the GT3, I'd say like the 997, that's when they really started getting the ergonomics right. So just the seating position, pedal placement, makes it a lot easier to then heel toe. Great throttle response. Now the steering, this is EPS. This is the first time they're using EPS in the Cayman, because the generation prior to this had hydraulic. But this is definitely not as dialed in as a 718 EPS. So it looks like after they were able to tune that EPS a little bit more, they could finesse it. Because right now, not much feedback. Although it is very precise and direct, I don't quite know what the front wheels are doing. You know, it is a shame that you have to option the LSD, because especially on these slower corners, on corner exit, as you lean into the throttle, you can get the car to rotate ever so slightly, and that's where a lot of the fun and the magic is. I was just driving a GT4 RS before this and hitting the rev limiter here because I feel like the engine should keep revving, spoiled by that 9,000 RPM red line. That's in a separate video linked below. Oh yeah, it's just so easy to heel toe with these cars because the seating position is so dialed in. And between the 718 and the 981, 981 does feel a little bit more, it doesn't feel quite as tight in certain ways. Like the steering is not, it's not as teeming with feedback. It's not as sharp. And that GTS 4.0, now again, I'm comparing the 6 cylinders. This car does inspire a lot of confidence. You were able to push it. Brake is initially a little bit soft, but then once you get into the meat of it, This is exactly what you expect, and that's what I really appreciate Porsches for. They are very much about allowing the inputs, the steering, the clutch, the brake, the pedals, right? Even the gear shift, to more fall away so that you can really focus on just driving and telling the car through the various inputs what you want it to do, and the car just obeys. That's really the magic of Porsches. Let's give it a pull. Very much appreciate the balance of this car. It's one of those cars where you can push without really thinking too hard about it, because it's so natural. And that's really the best word to describe the Cayman. I think natural, I think balanced. It's one of those vehicles that feels so good because it has a superior layout to a 911, having that mid-engine right here. Tight polar moment of inertia, very easy to rotate. The inputs themselves are good, but I feel like the steering, compared to my memory of other Caymans, it's not quite as tight and dialed in as I would expect, because the 718, the EPS definitely has more feedback, feels a little bit tighter. The weighting is also a little bit heavier there, and I appreciate that. Here, I was a little bit surprised that the steering felt dull. The actual gear shift, I mean, a lot of Porsche transmissions feel like this, and a little bit of time to get used to, but this feels a lot better than the 987. We just did the 987 in a previous video. It's a very easy to use transmission. It's very clear delineations between the actual gates. But I'm curious, how does this compare to the 981 GT4? Let's find out. All right, 2016 981 GT4. Main things you need to know about this, well, it's actually bone stock. It has the Porsche carbon ceramic brakes. You can tell from the yellow calipers, as well as the rotor. And we also have the Porsche bucket seats. Other than that, bone stock. Digging the yellow theme here with the stitching and the door pulls. Manual as well. Now, first off, these Porsche bucket seats, people love them, and I used to not like them because they're way too upright and I would get lower back pain. What you can do, and what a lot of owners do, is they actually have this bracket that tilts it back, because the issue right now, this is not high enough. My thigh is well above the actual bottom of the seat. So I need this to be angled up, and I need this to be angled back. So you just tilt the whole seat a little bit, and it feels way more comfortable. First time experiencing that was in a 718 Spider, and that I was like, okay, now I understand the appeal of these. But they look great, especially with this yellow stitching. Love it. Alcantara wheel. I mean, the interior is the same, but it already feels a little bit more dressed up, right? With these options, you got the leather dash, Alcantara wheel, 6-speed. Now we're powered by a 3.8 liter flat six, pushing out 380 horsepower, so about 50 horsepower more. And already the steering here is way tighter. As soon as you start loading up the front wheels, you notice such a sudden and immediate and drastic change in the weighting. I don't know why, but even between the GTS and the GT4, the steering weight is, and feedback is quite different. The car does weigh a little bit more. We're right above 3,000 pounds. But you don't really feel that, right? It's 100, 150 pounds over the GTS. You do notice the long gearing in this one as well. It gives you kind of blue balls because you want to push it harder. You want it to sink, you want to engage with that manual transmission, and you know, it's a really good manual transmission. Oh, come on. Heel toe equally easy and natural. But this is a car where it's actually very adept on these tight, twisty canyon roads. but it feels like it wants to be on a higher speed. The engine, at least, the engine and gearbox want to be on some higher speed sweepers rather than this fairly tight canyon road where we're mostly stuck in second gear, unless we short shift. Now let's enable Porsche Sport exhaust. We're gonna keep past some disengage. Now it is 10 millimeters lower than a regular GTS, but this road is just too bumpy. The whole car just feels so much more taut than that GTS, and thankfully at least the LSD comes standard to this. I still think it's ridiculous that Porsche makes you option on LSD in the GTS, but I digress. So the GTS nowadays in 2023, you can find one, 60 to 80K used depending on the actual mileage and such and options. And GT4 is around 105 to 110. So you're paying a substantial premium. But my first impressions are that you are getting a lot more driving experience. I mean, the bones underneath are essentially the same, but dialing everything up, getting that steering to really talk with you, that chassis, it's so much more planted now, so much more tight, and oh yes, the way it just rotates. This is more or less the same story with the 718 generation as well. The GT4, just dialing things up, really makes for a much more emotional experience. I thought that by having the LSD, the GTS would feel quite close to the GT4. But everything else they do with the chassis tuning, the suspension, even the engine, that extra power, and the way it howls, all these little elements together. I mean, just look at the way that this thing corners, guys. It's so planted. So willing to just rotate and dance with you. Get a little bit of rotation, but still not in an overly playful way. It is still kind of clinical, the German way. Yeah, a little bit of rotation right there with the bump. Yeah, there we go. That was nice. That little bit of rotation on throttle input, that's what we love. Even the front end is sharper in this car to a noticeable degree compared to that GTS. I still think that the GTS is a fantastic buy for 60K, don't get me wrong. If you're gonna be pushing 80K for a lower mileage example, I'd probably say, hey, why not just save up another 20, 25K? And I know that's a substantial amount of money, but you're getting so much more car. Just tickles me in all the right ways, guys. And you know what? It's actually pretty comfortable too. I'm not gonna lie. I would not be surprised if many people actually dailied their GT4s. It's the suspension. The suspension, in the softer setting on this bumpy road feels completely adequate. Not just adequate, it feels well dialed in and comfortable. The body motion is very much controlled. It's not getting out of hand. You're not having excess, it's not too stiff. You're not having excess body motion. But I think that with that extra money, the GT4 does give you a much more emotional driving experience. And for that, I think the premium is worth it. But overall, compared to the GTS, the GT4 just feels like they took everything and just honed it, right? They're taking it's like a knife that's just being sharpened, and before and after, it's the same thing underneath, but it transforms the character. Even the brake pedal feel, right? When I'm getting into a corner with these brakes, I'm not having that initial vagueness that I had in the GTS. It's immediate. It takes the whole not thinking about the inputs 1 degree further, where everything does feel like a natural extension. The steering, now you're actually getting that communication. Now the steering ratio is the same, but the actual feeling, now you're feeling even more connected to the car. The brake pedal, as soon as you start leaning into the brakes, it starts slowing down as you expect. There's no initial vagueness. Everything just feels tuned so close to perfection, and I very much appreciate these cars. Both the 718 and the 981 GT4s are phenomenal vehicles, but in terms of actual driving experience, the GTS, I would say 60 to 65% of the GT4. So in terms of the actual technical capability and spec sheet, whatever, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual emotionality, the experience, how it makes you feel when you drive it. And all these things added up make this a far more engaging experience. That is still a fantastic vehicle. I love the GTS, but it's only about 60 to 65% of the driving enjoyment that I get out of this. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. If you want your car reviewed, visit us on jubbalandcars.com, fill out the form. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in the next one.